Hi. Often coronavirus is presumed to be something horrible, something devastating. Yes, it is. But it can also be an instrument for improvement. It can it can be an opportunity that we can use to better ourselves. Have you ever in the history of the world seen a pathogen sending a prime minister and a prince into quarantine? Have you ever seen the prisoners being set free, families being divided, but humanity being united? And simply because of this pathogen which causes coronavirus, it has at once been seen to be a threat, but it's a great teacher. It reminds us of our weaknesses, of our vulnerabilities. It's a redeemer of our priorities and a messenger of the ultimate truth about our being too small in this huge universe. You are aware that's not the first pandemic. And it's not the worst. There have been pandemics which have been worse. But coming as it is, at a time when we are at the peak of our scientific capability, it has simply cut the roots of our self importance. It has shaken the foundations of our survival. Imagine 4 months are already passed since first coronavirus appeared and we have failed to develop a vaccine. So once we realize that we are too small as compared to the force of nature, we can see our inefficiencies marked by the perfidy of the politicians and the pretensions who play hide and seek with the nature. And then we find the reason for our reluctance to face the threats. Then we feel the ashamed of our anger at a neighbor who sneezed and our inability to sympathize when he was caught in. This invisible virus attack has taken everyone back. No one ever imagined that we would need to practice physical distancing. The term being used is social distancing. We live in the fear of the person next to us. And the same person you might have hugged, shaken hands with, shared a meal, but now you avoid his proximity. So, how to improve yourself? First, I'll talk about the personal domain, your personality, and then I'll talk about the perfection. Try to answer these questions very honestly. Are you in control of panic? Are you scaring people? Are you offloading your stress on others? Are you seeing things for your basic needs? Or are you hoarding? Are you being helpful? Or are you inaccessible? Are you sleeping well? Are you looking at the hands all the time and thinking of the wasted opportunities? Are you bonding with your family and bonding with your friends? Are you comfortable in your own company? Being locked down in a solitude, you have to be comfortable in your own company. Are you that? Are you doing what you wanted to do? Are you choosing your news sources for information? Or are you binging for the doomsday prediction, sensationalism, and rumors? Are you expressing gratitude for yourself or waiting to settle scores? Are you a source of joy and help to the others? Or are you a pain in the neck? I should say, in fact, pain in the ass. Do you share the agony, the pain, and the misery resulting in ecstasy? And if you can answer these questions properly, authentically, honestly, you would see where you are lacking. And once you know where you are lacking, you can take action to improve yourself. What a better teacher this pandemic is, telling us where we are falling short and thereby pointing a way to excellence. Now look at the personal, professional. Are you in command of control of your responsibility? Or are you looking for an opportunity to pass the buck to someone else and escape all responsibility and accountability? Are you well informed? Are you audio and net connected? Are you finding fault of working out corrective measures? Are you appreciative when something goes right? Are you looking for the areas of strengthening the system once normalcy returns? And if you say yes, you are a better professional. Now we are living in extraordinary time of unforeseen damage, where we are first to protect our own physical space before we protect others. You remember once I talked to you. Try to be a bit selfish. Protect yourself first, not others. You are surrounded here by an invisible enemy, and that invisible enemy is capable of taking your tiny space at his choice, not as your choice. So your sense of perception, your depth of perception, your understanding or your comprehension is going to help you. We need to take care of our mental health. Let's not go mad in isolation. As I said, be in solitude, but don't be lonely. Constructively occupy yourself, stay calm, and indulge into good reading, good listening. Unfortunately, most of the people don't read, and that's a major issue. As a matter of fact, coronavirus is both an internal and external challenge. You can be sure this world will never be the same after the current crisis. You have to reset your priorities and lifestyle. The planet Earth is closed for repairs today. Are you not closed for repairs? And if you're closed for repairs, why not repair yourself and become a better human being? Is it not the time for the politicians to realize the stupidity of nuclear weapons that we have made to annihilate our invented enemies? But we can do nothing to stop the march of invisible corona. Isn't it time for some terrorists to understand the stupidity of their jihad or the emptiness of the Hindutva? Isn't it time to check your refrigerator, then the bouncers and make sure that you don't overstock? It's time to eat when what's on your plate and thank the farmer for what he did. We have to learn to live in this new normal. See how politicians are. For once, not at each other's throats. They are trying to stay calm. And that's a lesson for you that the politicians, however critical they may be of their opponents, essentially are of the same breed. As long as coronavirus there, you can be sure there'll be no mudslinging. There'll be plenty of washing hands, both of responsibility and of the virus. There'll be no slogan shouting, but there'll be a lot of poetry. No polluting vehicles on the roads. Only sometime a cheetah or a black panther, a few cats, maybe sometime sparrows chirp in the morning. And have you seen? For a long time you didn't hear the birds chirping in the morning. You didn't see the leaves waving in the wind. You didn't see breeze blowing up, nor felt it. Now you can do it. And you are sitting at the dining table with your children, with your parents, with your near and dear ones, and not involved in your phobia, the telephone disease, the mobile phones which are creating havoc with the mental health of the people the world over? Isn't it time to touch your guitars and touch your books and wash those painting brushes? You may have forgotten to sing, but there's a music in your soul. Try to stir up that music and bring it out of the depth of the soul and enjoy life. Wash the discarded white paper with a watercolor. And know that the word was designed by a creator who's an artist. And you can imitate that artist, become God, as I am. Let me say it very clearly. We may not know what the economy is tomorrow. We may not know what our job would be. But we know our vocation. We know our mission as human beings, as neighbors, as citizens, as fathers and the grandfathers, as brothers and sisters, as sons and daughters. And that realization by itself makes you a better human being. You, as I said, may not know whether you will have a job or not, but you can use your skills in a new manner to earn your daily bread. We know that we'll win this battle against this flower shaped virus, which is living out its devastating life. We would. But in the meantime, we can, by converting our solitude into fortress, not being lonely, but being with yourself. And as you withdraw from the outer world, go inside yourself, inwards, enjoy the beauty of your mind. I don't talk of the soul and that all that muck. I don't care about the God. But think of the nature, the beauty of the nature. Whatever name you want to give the name God, I don't mind it. But the beauty that can surround you, this is the time to enjoy that and become at one with that beauty and be a better human being. And that is what the human beings are. The moment of deliverance would be when the last COVID-19 patient is cured or died. But you can enjoy the sunlight of the sun and you can feel the sand in the toes that you happen to walk on the beach. Listen to the sparrows that would have returned to our balconies. Smell the roses that grow on unattended curbs and uncut lawns. Now, all those manicured lawns are not there. But look at the beauty of the devastated gardens. Shake a friend's hand on the hedge and yet not wash your hands. Think of that. So, this is the time for you to realize your inner self, for you to understand that your soul, your thoughts, your mind are much more important than your job, than the money in the bank. It's much more important to know thyself, know yourself as a human being. And this is an opportunity you should not let go. You see, people always say, and I am fond of saying it again and again, an opportunity is never lost. It is somebody else who takes it. But here is an opportunity given to 7 plus billion people in this world. Would they take this opportunity to be better human beings and not be sent into oblivion of fear by the politicians, not be scared by the specter of recession or the unemployment or the market falling, but once again skim the books, thoughts, read the minds of the people, and deem yourself to be the ultimate being. Thou art God. Don't forget it. Each human being is a God. We unnecessarily call some books, some idols as God. No, you are God. I'm God. Let's achieve our godliness and tell coronavirus, hey corona, we don't care for thee. We might die, but if we die, what happens? You are dying. The moment virus kills you, virus itself dies. So why be afraid? This is a time to realize our worth. And I said, this is an opportunity. Don't lose it. Grasp it. Grasp it with all the power. And the word is yours. The word within you. What better way to be a better human being? Think about it. Thank you.